Let us speak the truth. Most of you are waking up every single morning scrolling through your feed and seeing nothing but doomsday thumbnails telling you that the downtrending Arshado crash is finally here. Then you open your brokerage account and see that the SP Woodinin is still sitting near T10 Senbai and you feel like you are taking crazy pills. Downtrending Arshado felt like a giant game of financial chicken where the bears were yelling about a cliff and the bulls were buying Nvidia like it was the last bottle of water in a desert. But nobody actually knows what is going to happen next, and if they tell you they do, they are probably trying to sell you a Jojo $T course on how to trade options in your basement. We are stepping into downtrending Arshado, and things are getting chaotic with rate cuts and AI hype, and $1 trillion deficit that makes my head hurt just thinking about it. I see three possible scenarios playing out, and the one that actually happens is usually the one that makes the most people look like idiots. Let us start with the bear case because I am emotionally wired for disappointment, and I like to look at the ugly numbers first. Whether you think AI is the greatest invention since fire or just a glorified autocomplete, one thing is clear: we have gotten way ahead of our skis on the valuations. Nvidia is trading at 60 times earnings, and Palantir is sitting at 69 times earnings. And then you have Datadog sitting over 69 times earnings. At this point, you aren't even investing in a company, you are just pre-ordering hope and praying that the next guy is dumber than you. The problem is these tech stocks are dragging the entire market up by its hair. The SP Woodinin is trading at nearly 70 times earnings, which is almost double the long-term average of around Shadow. If these numbers normalize back to reality, it is not just the AI bros who get hit, it is everyone holding a city okay. The market is top-heavy, and that is a major structural risk. Over 70% of the entire SP Woodinin is just 7 companies. Some call them the Magnificent Chi, but I call them a group project, where 2 people do all the work and everyone else takes the credit. If Nvidia or Microsoft stumbles, the whole index slips and falls down the stairs. And the explosion in passive investing is just pouring gasoline on the fire, because every time you buy an index fund, more money gets shoved into the biggest winners. It is a feedback loop that works beautifully until the music stops. Statistically speaking, we are overdue for a down year since the SP Woodinin usually has a 10% pullback once every 10 years. But as we have seen lately, the market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. Which brings us to the bull case, because what if the party just doesn't stop? The biggest tailwind for downtrending Arshado is the Federal Reserve. Whether you think Jerome Powell is a genius or he just makes decisions with a magic 8-ball, the reality is that interest rates are coming down. Downtrending Arshado ended with 3 consecutive rate cuts, and downtrending Arshado is looking like more of the same. Lower rates mean cheaper capital, and cheaper capital means higher valuations for your favorite stocks. Liquidity is loosening and risk on assets are starting to wake up again. But rates are only half the story. The other half is fiscal policy, or what I call the government's addiction to spending money it doesn't have. The United States is running a more than $1 trillion deficit annually. And while that is a long-term disaster, it acts like a giant stimulus check for the short term. Government spending puts money directly into the system and props up corporate revenues and keeps the GDP looking pretty for the headlines. Politicians don't win elections by telling people to be frugal and save money. They win by spending, and that fiscal backdrop is very supportive for stocks in downtrending Arshado. But here's the scenario that nobody is talking about, and it is the one that I think is most likely. Not a massive moon mission and not a spectacular crash, but a long, choppy, sideways market that feels like watching paint dry during a hurricane. A market where headlines flip every 2 weeks and dips feel scary but never actually bring real opportunities to buy. This is the gray area that destroys portfolios because people get impatient and start doing stupid things to chase returns. Impatience is the fastest way to turn $1 million into $100. I am still driving my car with RD9LS on it and drinking $R midnight coffee, because I don't need to impress people I don't like. I need a portfolio that gives me the freedom to say no to things that don't matter. I remember back in downtrending Arshado, I was staring at a sea of red in my account and I wanted to sell everything and hide under my bed. But I didn't. I bought more VOO and I held on for dear life. That is the same discipline you need right now in downtrending Arshado. Don't let the Arshado our new cycle dictate your financial future. If you save $10 a month at a T% return for century years, you end up with EDR uni lion dollars. But if you let some high-fee advisor take E% of that, you lose over $9 to his country club membership. That is the math that actually matters. Whether the market is up R% or down WOO% tomorrow is just noise. The signal is compounding interest over decades. I want you to be the person who owns the bakery instead of fighting over the crumbs. When you own a broad market index fund, you own the AI giants and the healthcare monsters and the retail kings. You let them go to work every morning while you focus on your own life. The job reset is happening in real time, and technology is making everything more efficient. The economy is restructuring itself right under our noses. Investors know this, and that is why they are paying premiums for growth. But you have to be careful not to let your optimism turn into blind greed. Keep your expenses low and your savings rate high. The best person to take care of the old you is the young you. That means staying disciplined when everyone else is losing their minds over a headline. I see these kids on social media showing off rented supercars and fake wealth. They are the first ones who will get washed out when the tide goes out. But you are here and you are listening to the data. You are building a foundation that can withstand a recession or a bull run. If Nansending Arshido turns into a sideways grind, then use that time to stack more shares. If it turns into a melt-up, then enjoy the ride but don't stop your bi-weekly investments. Consistency is the only superpower that actually works in finance. I put out a video saying things looked okay on paper and the comments were brutal. People were saying, what about the price of eggs and what about the rent? Listen, I feel the inflation too. Everything is more expensive and it sucks. But the stock market is a bet on corporate earnings, and those companies are passing those costs directly to you. If you want to hedge against inflation, you have to own the companies that are causing it. Don't just be a consumer, be an owner. That is the shift in mindset that takes you from broke to wealthy. I am out here every day looking at these spreadsheets until my eyes bleed because I want to see the truth. The truth is that the American economy is more resilient than the experts give it credit for. Even with high interest rates and global tensions, we are still producing and innovating. AI might be overhyped in the short term, but its long-term impact on productivity is real. Companies are learning how to do more with fewer people. That is the job reset. It is cold, and it is efficient, and it is happening. You want to be the one who owns the technology that makes that productivity possible. So keep your hands steady on the wheel. Don't check your account every 10 minutes like it is a social media feed. Check it once a month or once a year and focus on your skills. The best investment you can make is in your own ability to earn more money. Then take that money and shove it into VOO and VTI. It is not sexy, and it won't make you popular at parties. But it will make you rich while everyone else is complaining about the news. I remember being years old and thinking that I needed to find the next big stock to be successful. I spent hundreds of hours researching penny stocks and garbage companies. I lost money and I lost time. Then I discovered index funds and the math of low fees, and suddenly everything changed. I realized I didn't need to be smarter than the market, I just needed to be more patient than the market. That is the lesson for Nansending Arshido. The market is going to be loud and it is going to be annoying. Ignore it. Stay focused on your goals and your budget. If you found this useful, hit that like button so the algorithm knows we are out here doing real work. Subscribe if you want the truth without the fluff. I will keep you updated every step of the way with these market deep dives. Check the Patreon if you want to see exactly how I am positioning my portfolio for this Nansending Arshido reset. I appreciate you more than you know. Thank you for spending some time with me today. Remember, the best person who is going to take care of that old you is the young you. Stay invested, stay hungry, happy investing. Everything you have been told about the experts is a fairy tale. The real winners are the ones who realize that simple beats complex almost every single time. If a math equation can beat a billionaire, then your index fund can beat your local bank advisor. Don't let them trick you with big words like alpha or beta or standard deviation. Those are just fancy ways of saying we don't know what is going to happen next. But we do know that the market goes up over time. And we do know that the lower your fees are, the more money you keep. It is the simplest math in the world. And yet people ignore it because it isn't exciting. Wealth building is supposed to be as exciting as watching paint dry. If you are looking for excitement, go to Vegas. If you are looking for freedom, go to Vanguard or Schwab or Wealthfront. I have seen people lose entire fortunes trying to be clever, trying to pick the next Tesla or the next Nvidia. I would rather be bored and rich than excited and bankrupt. That is why I stick to the basics. That is why I talk about VOO and SHD until I am blue in the face. Because they work. They don't have an ego. They don't have a bad day. They just follow the index. And in a world where everyone is trying to sell you a secret, the index is the only honest thing left. So take a look at your statements today. See how much you are paying in fees. If it is more than 90%, you are getting robbed in broad daylight. Change the game today. Switch to a low-cost option. Whether it is a robo-advisor or a DIY index portfolio, doesn't matter as much as the cost does. Cut the middleman out of your life. He isn't your friend. He is a parasite on your future. I know that sounds harsh, but let us be real. Nobody cares about your money as much as you do. Not your advisor, and not your bank, and not the government. It is all on you. And that is a beautiful thing, because now you have the tools to win. The job reset is here, the financial reset is here. Grab the steering wheel and don't let go. I am right here with you looking at the same charts and drinking the same cheap coffee. We are going to make it. Just stay disciplined. The numbers are on our side. Don't let the noise distract you from the signal. The signal is growth. The signal is compounding. The signal is freedom. I remember when I hit my first $. I didn't buy a new car. I didn't go on a luxury trip. I just looked at the spreadsheet and felt a sense of peace, because I knew the machine was finally large enough to start feeding itself. That is the feeling I want for you. That sense of security that doesn't come from a job or a paycheck, but from an asset base. A base that is managed by algorithms and math instead of human greed and error. That is the future. Welcome to the team. Let us get back to work. The markets are opening soon, and there are more shares to buy. Every share is a brick in your fortress. Build it high, build it strong, and don't let Gary in the gate. He is still trying to charge you E% for a handshake. Keep your money, keep your future, and keep your focus. The reality of the situation is that most people will never achieve this. They will continue to pay the fees because they want the comfort of a person to blame when things go south. But the blame won't pay your bills in 20 years. Only the assets will. I have seen the internal numbers of these big brokerage firms. They know that the passive investor is winning. They are terrified of the fact that you are getting smarter. They want you confused. They want you thinking that you need their secret sauce. There is no secret sauce. There is only time and capital. If you have both and you keep your costs low, you are a mathematical certainty to succeed. Stop listening to the noise of the daily fluctuations. The SP Woodinin at T10 Sembai is just a number. The real number is the number of shares you own. Focus on the share count and let the price take care of itself. I spend my weekends analyzing these structural shifts. I look at the outflow of capital from active management. It is a waterfall. Billions of dollars are leaving the high-fee world every single week. You are part of a revolution of transparency and efficiency. Don't look back. The old way of investing is a dinosaur, and the meteor has already hit. We are just waiting for the dust to settle. I drink my coffee and I watch the world change. I see the AI taking over the back-office tasks. I see the algorithms executing trades in nanoseconds. It is a beautiful and cold and efficient world, and I love it because it removes the human error. It removes the greed, it removes the ego, it just leaves the math. And math is the only thing you can truly trust in this life. If you can do the math, then you can see the future. And the future is low cost. The future is automated. The future is yours. If you are still with me, then you are the kind of person who is going to make it. You aren't looking for a shortcut, you are looking for the truth. I appreciate your time. I know it is the most valuable thing you have. So go out there and spend it wisely. Invest in your mind and invest in your assets. And for the love of everything, holy, stop buying things. You don't need to impress people you don't like. The job reset is coming for everyone. Make sure you are the one holding the assets when it arrives. I'll be here keeping an eye on the charts for us. We are building something real here. A community of people who care about the data. A community of people who aren't afraid of the truth. Let us keep moving forward. One share at a time, $1 at a time, one day at a time. The compound interest is working while you sleep. Don't interrupt it. Let it grow. Let it build. Let it set you free. I'm out here in the trenches with you doing the same thing every single day because consistency is the only way to win, the only way to stay free. Thank you for watching. Hit that like button. Subscribe for more dry truth. I will see you in the next one. Happy investing. Keep your head down and your shares up. The bakery is almost finished. Let us get that bread. I am looking at the long-term horizon. I don't care about the next 3 months. I care about the next 30 years. If you have that same vision, then you are my brother. Let us get to work. The machine is ready. Are you? The shift from Yalbatsi billion to Ardarmba trillion is just the beginning of the curve. The parabolic move is coming. Get positioned. Now, don't wait for the mainstream to tell you it is. Okay. By then, the easy money has been made. Be early and be right and be patient. That is the triple threat. I am out for real this time. Stay focused, stay humble, stay invested. The truth is out there. You just have to look at the math, and the math says you win. Goodbye for now. Keep stacking those shares. Every single one counts. The fortress is being built, brick by brick, dollar by dollar. See you soon. No chapters and no titles and no fluff. Just the raw data, just the truth, just the math. That is the DDDNT way. Let us go. The market is calling. The future is calling. Answer it with a buy order. A buy order for your freedom. A buy order for your family. A buy order for the life you deserve. Don't let them take it from you. The fees are the thief. Kill the thief. Protect your wealth. You are the captain. Now, take the wheel. The storm is coming, but your ship is strong. Built on index funds and automated math, you are ready. Go, success is a choice. Choose the math every single time. I will see you at the finish line. It is a long race, but the reward is worth it. Total and absolute freedom. The kind of freedom that Gary will never understand because he is too busy trying to charge you for the air you breathe. Keep breathing and keep buying. The end, actually, it is just the beginning of your new financial life. Let us go.